Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Stateless Patriots. Got something a little special for everybody today. We got the lefty slash progressive YouTube tier list maker on here. I just picked some of a random one that I felt like I knew most of what I was dealing with here. We got a whole bunch of progressive lefty YouTube content creators here, and we're just going to go through each of them one by one and just put them in each of the tiers here. S best, F worst. Yeah, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Keep in mind, this is entirely my opinion. First off, the damage report with John Iadrola. I like John a lot. I don't watch Damage Report nearly as much as I used to, but I pop in every now and then, and it's still very solid, very just really good content. Really no complaints at all from me. It's great work. I'll put that solidly in the B tier. The B tier. David Pakman, the man, the myth, the legend. Uh, I watch David Pakman a lot, to be honest. I have my disagreements here and there with him, but I think he's very, very consistent. Great for I think he's great for liberals. Pulling liberals a bit more to the left. I like his longer videos that go fuller in depth. I kind of miss Pat. I kind of got into David Pakman when like not a little before Pat left. Well, not I don't know if he left the show, but he stopped popping at like the end of the videos to give his takes. I kind of liked his dynamic with David, but still David does great work. Not too many of those longer form videos, at least as far as I know. He uploads a lot. Um, One of my only gripes with him is like a lot of the content is very 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 Trump centric. But overall, really great progressive. The David Pakman Show will go up in A. Oh boy, Michael Brooks, the late great Michael Brooks. God, so much to say. I've tried recording this before, and I just don't know exactly how to just lay it all out there. Michael Brooks is one of the best progressives we've ever been blessed with. I think everybody should aspire to be more like him. He was very much interested in uh, international politics, uh, you know, very invested in how foreign governments operate, social movements, worker movements around the world. He's very grounded and just was always striving for more, more, more. Very, very thoughtful. One of the most intelligent lefties there ever was and ever has been. Just fantastic guy. I love the Michael Brooks show. I loved him on the Majority Report. It's he's a true giant. Um, I remember him effortlessly destroying Sargon of Akkad in the quote unquote debate that they had back in 2016 and just being thoroughly amused by that. Uh, what else is there to say? He just absolutely fantastic, and he's very dearly missed. S tier for me, easy. Destiny, oh Destiny. Um, there, Destiny has good takes here and there for sure, solid takes. But he also has a lot of very, very dumb, very, very cringe takes. And he's just really, especially lately, hasn't been doing too well for himself. um, of course, I don't watch him too much. I never really have, but uh, the content I have seen and the drama all altogether, it kind of makes me lean towards D tier for Destiny. Yeah, sorry, Destiny fans. Maybe maybe some Destiny fans think he belongs there too. But that's just my personal take. No Filter with Anna Kasparian. I don't really watch No Filter that much, but I am very much a an Anna Kasparian fan. Of course, I've known about her for a very, very long time. Of course, from Young Turks and all that. Uh, she's absolutely brilliant, fantastic. Uh, I mean, really, she's a progressive legend. I mean, how do you not know who she is? I mean, just her her uh how do you put it? Um, her role, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the best word. Just for the progressive left is, she's an icon for sure. So she'll go A tier for me, easy. TYT. Um, I don't watch TYT nearly as much as I used to. Every now and then I'll check in, and to be honest, they're really, really hit and miss. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like Cenk. Uh, Admittedly, I do like Cenk. I like JR. Of course, the aforementioned Anna and John. Um, but I mean, like I said, a lot of their videos are you know, they're really hit or miss. But I do appreciate all the work that they do, and I think they deserve all uh, the supporters, like the support that they get, the credentials. Um, I'm really happy that they're like the biggest, like arguably like the biggest progressive platform there is. But my opinion, they're just gonna go in the C tier. Excuse me. All right, Sam Seether, the Majority Report. I love the Majority Reports. I watch them fairly often. I thoroughly enjoy Sam Seether's work. I like his content. He can be a little drab. Sometimes the Majority Report can be like kind of just boring, and it's kind of hard to follow sometimes. But overall, I think they're great. The Majority Report does great work. Sam, Jamie, uh, all them, Matt, both Matts. And of course, late great Michael Brooks. um, these two had such a great dynamic. I love the Michael Brooks impressions. Of course, that's how I found out about Michael Brooks's Majority Report. I love watching Sam take down callers, like some of the libertarian callers he gets in. Uh, it's great. He's brilliant. Like, he's a great debater. He's very substantive, nuanced, has great perspectives. Uh, Very strategic. He really, like, he's very confident in what he says. He's great, and I'm happy to see that he added on Emma Vigeland from Rebel HQ of TYT. And interested to see where the show goes from here. I think Majority Report. Mm, oh my god, this is actually hard. I'll I'll put an A just because I don't watch them all the time, but often enough to very much admire the show. The Surfs. I like the Surfs. I like some of their videos. I don't watch the main channel nearly as much as I watch the Surf Times. Lance is all right. I He covers a lot of more niche stuff that a lot of progressives don't, like certain certain people and content creators, and uh, you know, it, I could take it or leave it. I'm very grateful that that he hosted a stream of Vaush debating Tim Pool. That was absolutely great. Um, but yeah, I don't watch them too much. But the Surf's great, make great videos though. But like I said, not really. Don't really consume them that much. That'll go in the B tier for me. The Humanist Reports. I love Mike Figueredo. Like, honestly, I watch the Humans Report very, very often. He's great. I love his content. I love the stuff that he covers. You know, he covers everything from uh, electoral politics to stuff going on in the mainstream media. He's great. Uh, Solid work. Um, I've been watching him for quite some time now. Uh, yeah, it must be daily, like pretty much nearly daily that I watch Mike Figueredo. He's fantastic. S tier for me. Ooh, Rising, The Hills Rising with Crystal and Sagar. Um, so here's the thing. Here's my thing with Rising. Uh, I discovered Rising because, of course, they're under the the YouTube channel for The Hill. And of course they've blown up because they've got a lot of money pumped into them from The Hill. Um, and I did watch them a lot. I almost made a specific YouTube playlist for their content, but of course they upload so many videos, it's hard to keep up with them. I followed them all throughout, like, the later portion of the primaries up until a couple months afterwards, where I just started to fall off. I watched them cover, Bernie dropping out, and I used to find them quite brilliant. You got a left populist versus a right populist, quote unquote. Um, but many of their takes are questionable or garbage, and a lot of their stuff is very, very much the same. Like, there's really not much to the program. Um, the, a lot of it is just up in the air, like, well, shrug, or addressing a lot of problems. Like, okay, there's something here. Like, okay, yeah, I agree with that, but there's really no follow up. Like, there's no solution. There's just, and a lot of their content tends to um, not paint the right, I guess you could say, in a negative enough light. Like, they had on Andy No, they had on that that super young, I think the youngest congressman, Republican kid to get into office, and just they're really hands off when it comes to that, or use kid gloves when it comes to their guests most of the time. But overall, not terrible, but I've really moved on, and I I don't really even pay attention to them anymore. They're kind of annoying, in my opinion, at least. They're gonna go in D tier. All right, Progressive Voice. Yeah, I watched Sahil pretty much. He's come a long way. He's coming to his own. Uh, I I enjoy him. He's not too bad. People call him the TMZ of progressive YouTube, and I kind of agree with that. He breaks things. He makes videos on things that most others don't really have the time to. Mostly because he's just scrolling through Twitter all day. He sees something, he makes a video on it, and a lot of his content is the same stuff. But every now and then he'll deviate and do a long form, in depth video. Overall, not too bad. Like, he's worth checking out every now and then. Um, but yeah, C tier for me. Hit me up, Sahil. We can play some Warzone sometime. uh, oh boy, this guy, Vaush, Vaush. I discovered Vaush in, must have been May of this year or June. Um, I think it was. I mean, of course, I knew about. I've heard of him before that. I knew that he was kind of controversial, but I didn't know much about him. And then I saw that he talked to a longtime favorite YouTuber of mine, the Amazing Atheist, who I've followed for going on 9 years at this point almost. And it made me very interested in checking out his other content, and I've pretty much fallen in love. There's no better debater on the left than Vaush, I would say. Like literally like an OG debate, bro. He he's absolutely brilliant. He's witty. He's uh clever. He's very knowledgeable, quick-witted, just very much on the ball, very informative. Um, e- just fantastic. Seeing him destroy people just as effortlessly as he does. Even if he could be a little problematic, and he says some uh, kind of cringe things sometimes, and has uh, you know, of course, he's generated controversy in the past. I he's absolutely brilliant. I would say I watch him very often, and it's going to be an easy S tier for me. Vosh is sorry, Vosh bad, Vosh bad. S tier for me. I gotta create. It reminds me, I gotta create another uh thing right here, just in case I do not know someone here. Alrighty. All right. Oh my God, I've been dreading this. Okay, the Jimmy Dore show. Oh my God, he Jimmy Dore is really making the rounds lately with his hashtag Force the Vote movement. But here's the thing: if you follow my Twitter, you would, and if you follow my YouTube channel, you know I have many issues with Jimmy Dore. If you check out the current pinned tweet on my Twitter. It it's a thread going over the issues with Force the Vote. Um, my issue isn't with Force the Vote per se. It's with Jimmy Dore. He doesn't have a strategy. He has not explained how you get Medicare for All passed. He's very abusive to online figures and lefty figures and progressives who otherwise would be his ally, and he's just destroying alliances with his behavior. If you don't agree with him 100%, if you have any slight criticism of him at all, you're uh, you're a neoliberal. You're a cuck to the establishment. You're a sellout. This and that, and that kind of behavior is very toxic to the left. And I am almost convinced he's a Fed, like out to destroy the progressive movement. Because if you go to my pinned tweet, if uh, I address the problems with Force the Vote, and neither him nor Nico House or any of their sycophants have addressed the issues with implementing Force the Vote and what happens after it fails. Um, but yeah, Jimmy Dore is an absolute idiot. He doesn't understand the nuances of lawmaking and congressional um, processes. Uh, it, I Yeah, I mean, I do watch him though. I mean, it's not like it's all bad. I agree with some of his takes, some of the tweets that he has on the screen next to him. I find his comedy bits pretty funny, even though it's the comedian that he brings on doing the acting, which is the funny part. But I find Jimmy Dore just to be quite insufferable and just uh, a a knee-jerk reactionary who relies too much on emotional arguments and tearing others down who otherwise would be aligned with him on progressive issues. That's why I think he's just a COINTELFED or something like that. Yeah, with that out of the way, Tim Black. Tim Black TV. I don't watch Tim Black that often, but he seems to be a very genuine guy. Uh, pretty honest progressive. Like I said, I don't watch him too much, but the content that I do watch, that I have watched, it's pretty good. Like he's definitely a likable dude. Um, but yeah, not too much of an opinion in here or there. Pretty standard progressive, I guess. But he's pretty cool. But like I said, I don't watch him too much, so I'll put him in C tier. Rebel HQ, a branch of TYT, formerly hosted by Emma Vigeland, who moved over to the Majority Report. Really just on the mark content, really short, sweet, to the point. Um, great, great work, great videos. Brief enough to like get the point across. Um, Never really any duds, but of course, like nothing really outstanding either. Rebel HQ is a really good channel. Interested to see where it goes. I forget the lady's name who's taking over for Emma. Um, but yeah, I've watched Rebel HQ frequently for sure, so I'll put that in A. Hassan Piker, this sexy, beautiful stud. I don't really watch him too often. Um, I mean, I try to watch some clips here and there. I know he streams a lot, but he's definitely brilliant. He's got great, solid, cohesive arguments. He's a great debater. I absolutely loved seeing him just effortlessly tear apart Charlie Kirk at Politicon. I think it was a couple years ago. He's great. He's brilliant, but I don't really watch him too much. But I mean, I follow him on Twitter. He's great. I'll have to put him in A. Um, Maybe higher if I watched him more or less. I don't know. All right. Benjamin Dixon. I don't watch Ben Dixon that much, but I I like the guy. He's pretty great. The content that I do watch, he's very, he's very uh, well spoken. He gets point across pretty well. He covers, of course, you know, like things like any other progressive channel, I guess you could say. I very much enjoyed him um, getting more exposure because he revealed the audio tapes um, uh, of Bloomberg saying very, very racist stuff. I mean, everybody knew that Bloomberg was a racist, but those tapes were great. But yeah, I don't watch Ben Dixon too much, but I did. I've always enjoyed him filling in for David Pakman. I enjoyed his appearances on the Majority Report as well. Uh, he's good. He's great progressive for sure. B tier for me. Whew, J-Reg. I'm not sure what J-Reg is doing here. J-Reg honestly absolutely terrifies the living shit out of me. Like th this guy gives me so much anxiety. I really can't watch many videos of his at a time. Um, but he is very funny. He's very, very talented. He makes very good videos, but like it really it's really psychologically manipulative, I feel. Um, Overall, unique channel for sure. J-Reg was going C for me. Sorry. I have no idea what this channel is. If someone could tell me what this is, I don't even know. Cocaine Intelligence Unit, Drug Enforcement Administration. That's a Grim Reaper. I have no idea. Not the first clue. Uh, the Rational National. I absolutely love David Dole. One of my favorite Canadians. uh, Very unique perspective coming from Canada. Mostly covers U.S. politics. Great, great perspectives. Love his work. I watch him all the time. David's absolutely brilliant. If you don't follow him, if you're not subscribed, you absolutely should. Just a very true lefty. He's absolutely great. Um, yeah, I mean, really, not much else to say. Yeah, easy S tier for me. I watch him all the time. Democracy Now. Democracy Now. Blah 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 blah. Uh, don't watch them too much, but I watch them enough to very much admire and value and appreciate their work. I'll pop in and listen to top U.S. and world headlines. Every now and then I'll throw in a segment of theirs. Um, they're absolutely great. Uh, it's like a news program, and I very much uh, I like that about them. I like their format and everything and the stuff that they cover, and I love how international their stuff is too. That'll go in A for me. Don't watch them too much, but that's easy A for me. Sorry, I think my mic died there for a second. But I was gonna say, this guy right here, he's hungry. Oh, I go back very far with Kyle Kalinske. He and the Secular Talk channel really changed my politics around. He really got uh, he is a big reason why I got pulled away from the anti-SJW centrist type of content that I was consuming back in 2017, 2018. And he's great. Like, very, I've watched Kyle a very long time. I've watched him daily. I haven't missed a single video. Even though I don't really watch him that much lately, I still make sure to keep up on videos. I got a special playlist for him. Um, just he really helped change my life politically, and he's great. He's still very solid YouTuber. Great lefty and all that. Every now and then, of course, I'll have my disagreements with him, and a lot of his stuff is very samey. But he'll still throw out a take or like a perspective that's unique, and I very much appreciate that. Easy S tier for me. Alrighty, well, we're finally here. This is my lefty slash progressive YouTube tier list. Um, yeah, that's finally here. In the S tier, you got Michael Brooks show, the Humus Report. I'm so happy that they're carrying on. By the way, Michael Brooks show. You got the Humus Report with Mike Figueredo, Vaush, the Rational National, and Secular Talk. And the A tier, you got the David Pakman show, No Filter with Annex Asparian, the Majority Report, Rebel HQ, Hassan Piker, and Democracy Now. In B tier, you got The Damage Report, The Surfs, The Benjamin Dixon Show. C tier, Young Turks, Progressive Voice, Tim Black TV, J-Reg. D tier, Destiny and The Hills Rising, with Crystal and Sagar. F tier, The Jimmy Dore Show. And then right here, I have no idea what this is. Let me know in the comments what that is. So what do you think of the list? Where would you put each of these? Leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter. I will see all of you in the next video.